best players in the league. I think probably some of the biggest news since we last talked is Steph Curry. What was it? They said it was a labrum sprain.
On his shoulder, right?
Yeah, it was. I
Or
know it showed it. I think it was like
uh
specifically was like a labrum sprain or something like that. But Steph Curry got hurt. Obviously, well, got hurt at the beginning of a very long road trip. Obviously, Warriors haven't been playing their best basketball. Um, and now Steph Curry is hurt. So how one do you think that they can quote unquote survive the next I guess month without Steph Curry? And two, uh how bad do you think this is for the Warriors?
um, this is interesting. What I say was in the like I said before the season started, like if you would have told me Curry would be out for like I don't know, I said a month, right? A month. I would
Hmm.
think the Warriors team would stay afloat. They'll be able to stay afloat. Guys will fill in, plug in, start pool, and everything will still be all right. But considering what we have seen, I think they're below 500 right now, 15-16, if I believe, and they can't win on the road at all. Like I think they're like one of the worst road records in the league,
Yeah.
and just a lot is going wrong with this team. So now it's kind of like this is Ron was supposed to be on here. This was his take. He was talking about this the other day, but he was like, "How you the Warriors? What if they tank? Would you hold respect for them if they tanked?" I'm like, bro, what? I'm
Why would
like,
you tank though?
that's what I'm saying. I mean, get Victor, but it's like they suck, and it's like I
Yes,
know
but it's
last time they tanked it with like everybody was hurt. That's what right.
yeah.
Everybody was hurt. This time
They didn't
everybody's
tank.
doing
They
fine.
just sucked last time. They didn't tank. They just literally sucked. They actually just weren't good.
I guess, but a lot of people, they don't really they think Steph's injury wasn't as severe as he was saying it was. They like to run away with that line.
Did he break his head? He broke his head in like what month was it?
I
I
don't
think it
think
was
he
like the
broke it.
fourth game of the season.
Wasn't it a wrist sprain? I thought he just.
Nah. He actually broke his hand. It was like the fourth game of the season. And then you got to remember that season ended in March. Remember, he came back and then the pandemic happened.
Oh, okay, okay.
He came back like 3 games before the pandemic like fully happened.
But anyways, yeah, the Warriors. I don't. It's tough. Like it's dark days for Golden State fans right now. I see Poole. His numbers have obviously gone up. I don't think they've got any wins since Steph went down. Right now, they lost to Philadelphia.
They beat Toronto.
They beat Toronto, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of tough. I mean, they don't really have too much. I mean, Klay Thompson is so iffy nowadays. He's either gonna go 3 for 19 or 12 for 18. You never know what you're gonna get with him. Poole running the offense is iffy. Nothing like what Steph brings out there. Draymond can't really produce offensively. They kind of missed their depth, I think, and then they haven't really got much from Jermichael. I know we were upset that they got Jermichael Green, but they haven't got much from him this
They
year.
haven't got much from Michael
Yeah,
Green.
they haven't got much from him. He kind of looks like a shell of himself. DiVincenzo is out with an illness. They
But
kind of miss their
he's been
depth.
nice though. Dante has been nice. Dante fits.
Yeah, they miss Otto Porter and they miss Gary Payton. It seems, and I don't know if they can make up for that production. They just brought Wiseman back up from the G League, but he's still only getting like 10, 12 minutes. Can he really impact the game at this point? So if they can, I mean, remain at this 500 range while Steph is out, that would be nice. But it's not looking too good for the Warriors right now. So I mean, I don't really know what to expect from them. I expect pool numbers to be up. If you got pool in fantasy, or if you want to trade for Jordan Poole in fantasy, right now is the time.
Facts. I think that one thing that will probably help them is the fact that well no. One thing that will serve to be a detriment to them is the fact of how they started the season. Like if if you have been a better road team, the fact that you could come out a championship and then be this terrible on the road is just very interesting. If they had won some of the games that they should have won at the beginning of the season, then maybe you could have, and also you don't know if he's not going to be out longer than a month. They say they say he will be reevaluated in 2 weeks. So and a labrum injury, especially if it's a shooting shoulder, that's something that could linger. I mean, again, you talk about a guy getting around screens. It does seem like yeah, it could heal, but it could get worse again. Guy getting around screens, taking bumps and things like that. So this could be something that lingers throughout the entire season. But I do think that they can still manage things. Obviously, Wiggins was hurt, which I think had a huge impact. I think it's fair to say at this point, Wiggins is probably the second best player.
I guess that's kind of that second best player role is kind of for a toss up on that team. It's just like they kind of all over the place.
Well, even still, it's either between I don't know whatever night, Draymond, Poole, Wiggins, or Clay, whatever. Whoever steps up that night. But the point being, Andrew Wiggins is a very huge component to this basketball team. Andrew Wiggins has also been hurt. And again, they have pride. They have good coaching. I think they can figure out a way to manage and get some wins. But for me, the Warriors, again, I'm not going to disrespect them. I still think if you get into a playoff series with the Golden State Warriors, you still have to beat them 4 times in 2 weeks. The issue for them is even if you do end up in the play-in, as you see, anybody can lose in the play-in. It is one game.
Yeah, the Warriors didn't make it that 1 year.
It is one game. Clay might go out there. Clay might go out there and score 30. Clay also might go out there and go 1 for 17. Might start flagging that bitch and go 1 for 17. Poole may go out there and go off. Poole also may not do anything. I mean, you even saw the year with the Grizzlies when I don't think anybody thought the Grizzlies were going to beat the Warriors. The Grizzlies beat the Warriors, and the Grizzlies and Lakers beat the Warriors. So you don't want to get into a situation if you're the Warriors where the play-in is something that you have to do. Because again, when I look at the West, I don't think, especially in a one-game scenario, I don't think anybody is that far separated from anybody else. Personally, like let's see right now. Right now, if the playoffs, actually they wouldn't even be in the play-in right now. The play-in teams are Portland, Minnesota, Utah, and Dallas. I would assume Utah would maybe fall out the playoffs and the Warriors would fall in the playoffs. But right now, what does it is it 10 plays 7 and 8 plays 9?
For the play-in?
Yeah. 10 plays 7 and 8 plays 9.
Yeah, that's how it works, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So right now, let's say if they got the 10 spot, you be playing the Blazers. Do you really want to play the Blazers in a one-game scenario?
No. That's a toss-up.
Like, do you really want to do that? Dame might go out there and get 45 and 10. Anthony Simons go out there, get about 25. Jeremy Grant go out there, start looking like pseudo KD. And then now you just at home for the year. So for them, I just don't think you want to get in a you have to be careful to not get in a situation where you're in a play-in. So I think that is the thing that probably jeopardizes the Warriors the most with this injury. And like I also said, this is a shoulder injury, a labrum injury, a tissue injury. They said that they don't think it needs surgery and they will reevaluate him in 2 weeks, but you don't know.
I feel you. It's tough. It's not looking too good for the Warriors right now. I'm not sure. Their next games they got the Grizzlies coming up. They got the Nets coming up. If they can,
I think they play the Knicks tonight. Who we're gonna talk about the Knicks and Nets. They play the Knicks tonight, I think.
Yeah,
and then
Knicks,
it's Nets on a back-to-back, right?
Hornets, Jazz. They only got one really pushover game in the next 6 games.
And the Hornets is tricky because LaMelo is back.
LaMelo is back.